culture is the way we express how we're feeling about the moment. AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence. As the name suggests, community banks are in the community.
There's so much of that. David Avella is a GoPac chairman, and Antoine Seawright is the founder and CEO of Blueprint Strategy. So I know you've got a lot of strategy. We've known each other for many years, both of you, Antoine in particular. What's the strategy for her?
Well, she is reintroducing herself to the American people.
Can she do an interview?
Absolutely, she can.
Why doesn't she? You know the press will go soft on her.
Harris, remember, she served as a prosecutor. She served as attorney general.
It's
she
been
served
17
days.
We don't know how she stands on issues because her website is clean of anything.
And for 17 days, she has been very clear to the American people where she stands on the issues, and she's been able to draw the contrast between her
hasn't been
and
consistent
President Trump.
on a pretty simple issue for an important...
In fact, when it comes to having a sit-down interview, she has said to the former president, I will meet you on the debate stage.
Well,
we can
that's not the
interview
same
together
thing.
amongst the American people
That's
with a moderator. And so she's been very clear about her position. Unfortunately, when the former president sits down for an interview, he cannot speak directly to the issues because he goes on to personal attacks.
I sat with him for 90 minutes, 3.5 hours before he was shot and nearly killed. And he crossed down every issue. And I have never heard you say that he won't sit, because he does. The question is, after 17 days, Antoine, people deserve, because they can't go to her website because there's nothing on it, people deserve to know who she's going to be. And Pennsylvania is so important, David. Fracking, she has flip-flopped on. So people need to know who they're going to hire if it's going to be her. David.
It appears the vice president's strategists have said she will no better advocate for the Biden policies than Joe Biden could. And it's why they're at 36% as an administration. It's why we're at 20% inflation, 50% higher in gasoline, 20% higher in food. And when it comes to energy, it was the vice president, Kamala Harris, who said, well, all those Pennsylvania energy workers can just go get new jobs as we transition to a new economy when it comes to energy. All that to say, if she wants to be unburdened by what has been of the Biden administration, she can come out and tell us, where is she different than Joe Biden on policy? What would she do differently?
Let me jump in here. I do want to say this. J.D. Vance raised the bar yesterday and today. She could do a news conference right up in the middle of a rally, and he's just getting started. And it doesn't take a prompter to do that. All right, Antoine, I'm coming right back to you. Another stinging defeat for the squad voters in Missouri's 1st Congresswoman district. They denied Cori Bush a 3rd term. They elected pro-Israel challenger Wesley Bell. Cori Bush is now the 2nd member of her progressive group to lose a primary this cycle. And New York Congressman Jamal Bowman also lost to a moderate pro-Israel Democrat in June. Both Cori Bush, Jamal Bowman have faced a lot of backlash for their anti-Israel positions. The Jewish group AIPAC pumped big cash into both races, and Bush called them out last night. Watch this.
AIPAC, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down. I'm coming after you too. But I'm not coming by myself. I'm coming with all the people that's in here that's doing the work.
Was that a threat? What was that, Antoine?
I think she was just giving her version of a response to the election results.
Why did she lose? And why did Jamal Bowman lose?
She lost because in our party we believe in free and fair elections, and we respect the results of how people express themselves.
Wait, are you saying that her election wasn't free and fair?
I never said that. I'm just saying to you, we accept the people's expressions at the ballot box in our party, and so the people decided that they wanted to move on from her being their congressperson. Okay. There are many reasons why I think she lost. However, I think in all, she lost, and that's her way of responding to what the people decided at the ballot box.
And, you know, I had a guest on yesterday, Brad Howard, who is also a Democrat with bona fides in your party. And David, he said on the program, kicking out the squad. And I was kind of shocked to hear that. How problematic politically is the far, far left for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz at this point with the White House ticket?
It's not going to help them with independent voters, certainly, Harris. It's not going to help them with those swing voters in Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin who are going to focus their vote on issues like they're paying 20% more in inflation, that their paycheck, even if they got a raise, isn't taking them as far because of inflation, that the border is less secure, and that if you look at Tim Walz's record, if you look at the positions the vice president has advocated and her soft on crime approach when she was a prosecutor, it is going to make it very hard for them in these swing states. And while she'll come out of her convention with a 1 or 2 vote bounce, no historical.
Everybody gets one.
David.
Everybody gets one, and but then you start thinking about what the 2 candidates are for. She's in tough spots.
All right, we have 8 seconds to the top. Antoine, David, I got to let you go. Thank you. I'll bring you back. Thank you, everybody, for watching the Faulkner Focus always. Outnumbered after the break.